If I can do it, you can do it. Someone somewhere out there dumber than me who's doing this job right now. And if they're dumber than me and they're doing it, you can do it too. That's how I motivate myself. If that person did it, I can do it. I'm assuming that if you're watching this, you either care or you don't have a manual. Or maybe you care and you have a manual and you still want to watch it. First things first is exactly what we did first the last time. If you weren't paying attention the first time, you better pay attention this time. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well today. Okay guys, in this video I'm going to be working on my front forks for my little XT250 Yamaha Enduro dirt bike that was originally a dirt bike, but then it was turned into a little cafe racer style thing for me, and now I'm turning it back into a dirt bike. This was actually my first motorcycle. I rode it around for the first like 6 years of my riding life, and then I gave it to my brother for his son. They ended up having it for about 6 years or so, and then they gifted it back to me recently. I really want a dirt bike, so I've decided to convert it back from the little cafe racer that it is and into a dirt bike. And part of doing that is modifying or working on these front forks a little bit. Not only do the fork seals need to be replaced, but these forks were lowered to make the bike fit me better originally, and now I'm going to be lengthening them again so that they're going to be back to their stock length. My dad actually lowered or shortened these, however you want to say it, without actually cutting anything up or replacing any parts. So I'm going to be showing you guys how we did that. So before I start talking too much about useless, unrelated things that nobody really wants to hear about, let's just get into the video. Okay guys, so first things first is just taking these apart. So we got to compress this in. And then there's a little clip in here. Come on. There we go. Get all that out of there. One leg down, one leg to go. It was getting kind of warm in here, so I took off my hoodie, which means I'm probably wasting electricity, so I'm going to turn the heat down. I had a little bit of trouble taking the first one apart, and then I figured it out, so it's all good now. And this one should go a lot quicker. Why are you being such a pain in the butt now? Angel, dang it. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Come on. Don't, oh my gosh, oil in my face. Everybody remain calm. Don't. Oh, okay. Push out. Get out of there. Come on, little buddy. Get on out. Why was the first one so much easier? Normally it's the other way around. You little piece of crap. Come on. What is going on here? There you go. Pull that out. You want to keep all your parts separate for both legs, and the manual tells you to do them one at a time, but if you're not dumb, you don't have to do them one at a time. You dump out the rebound spring, this little tiny baby spring. You got a spacer. I'm using like buckets, 5-gallon pail, 3-gallon pails, sorry, keeping all my parts separated in them. Okay, that's done. Now I just gotta go clean everything. My favorite part. Especially when it's freezing out and my solvent tank is outside. I just freaking love doing that. I love cleaning oily parts in the solvent tank outside in freezing weather. My favorite part about being a Canadian. Okay guys, I'm back and all my parts are clean. And before I put this all together, I just wanted to show you guys how we shortened this front end without remodifying anything or buying any new part or anything like that. Super duper uber simple, guys. Anyone can do this. This works well for dirt bike front ends if you're lowering a dirt bike for some reason, or like what we did, turning a dirt bike into a bobber, or if you're using a dirt bike front end on like a different project or something like that and you want to shorten the front end, but you don't want to cut anything up in case you ever want to like use the front end as a dirt bike front end again. This works really good for that. You can't do this with every front end, obviously, because every front end is put together differently. You can't do this probably with most street bike front ends either, because street bike front ends don't normally have enough travel to do what I'm about to show you guys. So I've got all my parts laid out on the bench here. Here's my fork tube, the upper tube. I've got the lower leg, or this slider, whatever you want to call it. On a Harley, this would be known as the lower leg. These are all your guts. So this spring would go inside the fork tube like this up here. And then you would have your damper here. You would have this is your rebound spring, goes over the damper like that. This goes on the end of the damper like this. So you would have the top of your spring here. Your spring seat would go up there, and then your spacer would go at the top like that. So now what we did to shorten this front end, super simple. You just take this spacer from the top, and instead of having it over top of the spring, we put it around the damper. We put the front end together just like that. And of course you want to take the seat spring, or the spring seat, off the top of the spring too, because you don't want any loose parts in there, so you put that somewhere safe where you're not going to lose it. So it's super simple. I'm putting this thing back together the way that it came apart. So I'm going to putting it back together with my spacer up at the top here, and basically going to be it. Let's get this job done. They tell you to get a special tool so you can actually hold your damper while you do up the Allen bolt in the bottom of the lower leg. But I made a tool, so I just got this big bolt that fits in the top of the damper like this. I cut it off to the shank, and then I just sliced a little slice in it with the hacksaw. Since I don't have a really long screwdriver, I've got a bunch of extensions with a ratchet screwdriver on the end. I use that to hold everything while I do up my Allen bolt. Okay, plan B. Instead of screwing around with a flathead thingy, like whoever even came up with flathead screwdrivers anyway, because like, dude, they do not work. I just hammered that little sucker into a sacrificial 12mm socket, and that's my new tool. We don't need to buy fancy tools, why would we? Doing fork seals is pretty easy. Rebuilding forks is pretty easy. But if ever there were a moment that made me question my ability to do this job, is definitely putting the fork cap on. On a little thing like this, it's super easy. On a big twin Harley, super not easy. You might need a friend, and patience, definitely, and probably a few tools and some creativity. 9.1 fluid ounces. I love it when it's just a weird incremental measurement like that. Does the 0.1 really make a difference? Spacer. There we go. That was super easy. These look pretty good with the gaiters on them though. Okay guys, that is it for this video, and that is how you can shorten your dirt bike front end without having to cut up or modify anything or buy any new parts. And it's pretty simple to do, as you guys saw. Not sure why anybody would want to shorten their dirt bike front end, but you might want to. Like if you want to use your front end on a street bike, or if you want to turn your whole dirt bike into a little street bike like mine was, a little bobber, cafe racer style. I called it my Road Warrior machine, and it works pretty good. But these are actually like 4 inches longer now than they were, so they're back to stock length, and it's a pretty simple little job, guys. So I hope that you guys can find this useful, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just a short one. Like always, guys, if you like what you see, or if you just like me, or even if you don't like me but you like my bikes, then like, comment, subscribe, do all those things you guys do, and like always, my lovely YouTube people, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace. Dang nabbit anyways. Shoot! The heck? Pete's sake, Angel. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Pete's sake. Dang it. Pete's sake. Pete's sake. Let's make sure I'm not doing anything wrong here. I did that wrong. We've got a happy little fork. Look at this little buddy with this brand new gator. I want to bite it, kind of. I should probably bite it. It almost makes me want like licorice. I'm not gonna bite it. Hey, fine, you live to see another day. Everybody's favorite retard. Kind of freaking Walmart bull crap is that? Oh, you dum-dum? I did not say that. I mean, I just said that now. Ew. No, I don't want to though. But I don't want to. I'm not going to. Dang it, I'm not gonna do it. One time somebody told me I was smart. Shoot, why are these gloves falling apart? It does have a freaking hole in it. What the heck? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't forget that part. Angel, you're doing stuff the hard way again. You're making me mad. Hold it, pop it, toss it. Ow. Oh my gosh, my elbow. That kind of hurt a little bit. Anyway, I'm gonna turn this off while I cry. That was annoying. Oh shoot, you idiot. Make sure you don't do that. It's not gonna work either. How much of a lip is actually on these sons of beat? I did that wrong. You dum-dum. Well, that was just foolish of me. Oh, I don't wanna leave you lonely. Oh, I don't know about this stupid camera view. Oh, will it even make a difference to what I'm about to do? Let's see how this... Shoot! Fork leg workout, but it's actually an arm workout. I've got a headache. Why? I really hate the way that I talk sometimes. Lose control. I'm gonna do that again. Angel, it's always the best when you make yourself lose your own train of thought. Get your poop together, Angel. Get her poop on a scope. So dumb. Hello everybody and welcome. Why do I always do this with my hands? Don't move the hands. I talk with my hands way too much. Let's do that again. How do you guys really like me?